Outpost log entry, February 5th, 1865.
All right, I'm coming in!
We have what you might call a delicate situation.
Ain't you figured it out?
What regiment did you say you're from again?
This is a very good film, but it's also a very rough film. It's not exactly Nutcracker in the Four Realms. What specifically attracted you to this role, and what were your first thoughts when you read the script?
I think what initially attracted me to it is that it's a genre that I've never done before. I've never done Western, and this is the most stunts, blood, gore, prosthetics that I've ever done. I've never even worn prosthetics before. And so the aspect of doing that just was very intriguing and very exciting to me. And yeah, so there was a lot of technical firsts for me on this that I just really enjoyed exploring and learning.
When I think of doing a Western for the first time, there's horseback riding training, firearms training. Now, you did Black Beauty. We know you can ride a horse, but what other kind of preparation did you have to undertake for this role?
Well, there was quite a bit of stunts in this, and I had never worked with firearms before. And so that was new. And so it was learning how to handle that and like what the protocols are. And then also too, because they're all vintage weapons, so they're not modern day, so it is a bit different. And so like learning, working with the stunt doubles and the stunt coordinator and the arms master to understand how my body would react to the things that was happening, because we weren't actually firing weapons on set because you can't do that. And so it was like learning what to do physically and adding layers to the physicality and how that affects what's actually happening to the scene.
You've worked with a lot of Hollywood legends in a relatively short career, and here you're going toe to toe with Sean Bean, who is an icon in his own right. What was it like acting opposite him? And did you get a lot of rehearsal time for this movie, or was it more of a sink or swim kind of jumping in thing?
Well, I think I had probably a month from when I first was approached with the film and then to when we filmed it. And we had, I think, a week of prep, which is where you get to meet everybody and like you do costume fittings and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm a huge Sean Bean fan. I'm like a massive Lord of the Rings person. And so I was really, really excited to meet him. And he's a lovely human being. Really just everything you hope he is. That's what he is.
What was the most interesting thing to you about Addie's character?
I think what was really interesting about her is that you never quite know what her motivation is. You don't know if she is there's scenes in the film where she's kind of starting to go, maybe I could be an outlaw. Maybe I could be a part of this company. Maybe that's a path in life for me. Because she's at a point where she's leaving everything behind. She doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know what she's doing. The world is open and vast. And this is really the first of like society that she's seeing in a very long time. And so she's like, well, maybe I could be like them. And I think there is a bond and connection with Ada and Sean Bean's character that they're very similar. And so you never know, are they going to team up? Are they just playing each other? And I thought that was a really interesting dynamic.
It is a really interesting dynamic. There's this whole cat and mouse game going on between them. And one of the things that I love about her is she's not an action hero in the traditional sense, but she's my favorite kind of action hero, which is a person who is put in circumstances that are unimaginable and just rises to the occasion. So it's just a terrific character. So you said that you were drawn to this because you hadn't done a Western before. Now that you've got a Western under your belt, what are some other genres that you'd really be interested in tackling?
I I love doing stunts. I really, really enjoy it. So it would be fun. I've done films with action elements, but I haven't done like a proper action film. And so I think that would be really fun. I've always wanted to play a villain because I just think villains have really interesting like thought processes. So I think that would be
Mm.
cool. And then I did a fantasy in I think was it 2016. I did the Nutcracker, and that
Yeah.
was just such an epic and beautiful experience. So any kind of like period piece, fantasy action, I'm like all over it.
If there's one thing that you really hope people get from this film, what do you think it would be?
I hope people see the film and they see kind of the beauty and the simplicity of nature, but also its layered complexities. And it's such a story of the links that people will go to survive, whether their intentions are good or bad. And so it's an interesting dynamic of what do you do when the odds are impossible? And when you're faced with evil, do you become it to end it? Or do you stay pure and valiant through it all?
That's great. Thank you. And finally, uh, this is, I don't want to like pigeonhole it as like a girl power movie, but I love the dynamic between your character and Odeya Rush's character. It's just, it's just terrific. Tell me about working with her and developing those characters.
She is an absolutely beautiful and lovely human being. She is an incredible person. I cannot speak any more highly of her. And yeah, I think our characters' dynamics there, I think, well, one, Odea's character is just like an absolute badass. And it's so much fun when you get to be in films like that, and especially, with other women that they kind of team up. And I think in the story too, they're just seen as like, oh, you're nothing, you're just a girl, you're not this, you're not that. And there's so much power and intelligence in them that they, okay, let's do this, let's team up, let's outsmart them, and let's see if we can survive this impossible situation. And so it's always fun to play with dynamics like that. And, again, Ode is just an incredible actor and a lovely human being. And so being able to act with her in any scene is just lovely.
Absolutely. It's an empoweringly feministic film without hitting you over the head with it. It's just it's a great movie, and I really look forward to seeing audiences discover it and
Yeah.
seeing another classic performance from you.
Thank you so much.